Well, yeah, so this is a really cute game. It's really colorful. It's called Community Pom. It is a Japanese PlayStation 1 exclusive. So this game actually never made it over to the States, unfortunately. But ever since I got the Japanese PlayStation 2 for Christmas, I've been wanting to try certain games out. So yeah, and then I ended up just liking this one so much that I decided to learn the run for it. And there's a runner that I really enjoy watching, and he actually routed this game, so I was inspired by him to play it, but little did I know I'd actually like playing it so much that I'd want to play it again. Okay, let me just make sure I'm good. Get my foot switch set up. Please. Here we go. Okay. I swear, I only start sniffling once I hit the start stream button. Just start sniffling like crazy. Okay. Oh wait, it's fine. I forgot there was a extra menu there. Hopefully the audio levels and everything are okay. I don't think I tinkered with them last night, so should be perfectly fine. But yeah, this game is super fast paced, and there's not really a lot of downtime for taking my hand off the controller. But it's not too long of a run. It's just shorter than like my dirge runs, which is nice. Oops, up here. But yeah, I just want to get better and faster. So I've been trying to play, and I've been trying to get back in the habit of streaming. I kind of took like a couple months off streaming. It was like I didn't really stream much for the last like 2 months or so. So I'm trying to get back in the habit of it, because I do like streaming, and like I routed and ran like a game like entirely offline, and I haven't even streamed it once. I feel like that's a crime on my part to not share that with my friends. So yeah, I'm trying to get back into it. I'm not like trying to overthink it, just stream when I can or when I feel like it. And right now, since I just picked this run up, I just finished. This game took me about 2 weeks with work, just being like really, really cumbersome. This game took me about a week and a half, 2 weeks to like fully memorize. So I've been trying to like break that in, I guess. Taking a break from streaming, letting Gwen take over. Well, Gwen streams have been popping, so that's awesome. Good, I'm glad. And I'm glad you're just taking a little break and hanging out. Please die, thank you. Holding yourself to a schedule? Okay. Yeah, schedule sounds like a good idea. Yo, have you thought about picking up any new speed games, Sammy? Have you been in the mood to do any speedruns? I'll grab this health. So enemies in this game can drop a few things. They can drop some money, and they can drop health, and some other junk. But for the most part, I'm really looking for health drops, because healing is pretty limited in this game until we get to about the third dungeon, where we get a spell that lets us heal. Or I think it's the 4th dungeon, where we get a spell that lets us heal. But for the most part, healing is super limited. So anytime an enemy drops like a heart or like a little health drop, makes me happy. Get that just in case I want to sell it later. Oh, please. Try to stay to the left here. There's a little cutscene trigger that'll happen if you get too close to one of those. It's that little, it's like a little fence area. I'm gonna grab this money. So here we're gonna grab an ice spell. The ice gives us a little bit of invulnerability, which will be really like quintessential for a boss towards the end of the game, actually. And also, it helps clear some enemies in the 4th dungeon, the haunted house. But for now, it's just gonna sit in our inventory. Okay, here's a safety potion, which I definitely want. So have you been playing Beat Saber on the PlayStation VR? Why did you have to... Oh yeah, I don't know. They get a lot of really great games, I just never make it over. Okay, he was too close to the rocks there. Some of those fireballs are getting eaten. There we go, that's a pretty good fight. Sam needs to find his next gaming love. So these are Poms, they're like little rabbit creatures basically. And they all have like unique powers, which is pretty cool. And unfortunately we only collect 3 of them, but I think in the whole game there's like 12 or like 15. And yeah. So we don't get them all, unfortunately, but we do get a few, so we get to see them later on. And that's kind of nice. But in the beginning here, we're pretty much just going dungeon to dungeon. There's not too much story trigger requirements to like get into the next dungeons in the beginning of the game. And the latter part of the game, well, even in the latter part, it's not too bad. But yeah, so we basically have to come up here, talk to the old man. Your friend sold you a P. Oh, okay. Beat Saber. Dude, I feel like Beat Saber is a good game for like getting a good workout in. I've seen it. I want to play it. So here's our farm, and the farm is where our Poms live when we're not taking them out on the adventure with us, because you can only have 3 Poms with you. But you can like feed them, give them like food and stuff, and they'll build this like farm town area up for you, which is really cool. Okay, I think he's coming to me. There we go. Okay. I always get a little confused at that menu there. You wrecked your right shoulder the first time playing it. Damn. You know what I've been playing? I grabbed Guitar Hero for Christmas. I bought like, I've been wanting to get Guitar Hero just randomly for a little while now, because I played it so much when I was a kid. And the local retro shop near me had a bunch of used guitars, and actually like I found one in their like stack that was just like perfect condition, like literally felt like it had never been touched. And so I bought that. It was like 20 bucks. And then I got Guitar Hero 2, and I got Guitar Hero 3, and holy shit. I forgot how addictive those are. But I fucking love Guitar Hero. These are unpicking. Oh dude, what? How could you betray Guitar Hero like that? What did it ever do to you? The games are actually super cheap though, like, I got Guitar Hero 2 at the retro shop for like 3 or 4 bucks, and same with Guitar Hero 3. one to start. So yeah, this game features quite a few puzzles, but also there's a lot of rooms that are just like kill all rooms, where in order to unlock the doors and move on with the dungeon, you've got to kill every enemy in the room. So that's kind of slows things down. Oh damn! So you speedrun it on the emulator though, right? So hopefully you can still like, oh jeez. Hopefully you can still do those runs when you're in the mood for it. But it'd be cool to see you get the console set up again and play on console. When you speedrun X2 on emulator, what controller do you use? No reason to kill that fairy, I just was kind of hoping for a health drop, but I really don't even need one. Same, Glenn, same. Buffalo Snaps, what the heck? Oh, is that just like a brand? Okay, so Vin has a strat where he like fights this guy with melee. Okay, this is going ugly. But I don't like that strat because these punches that he's doing right there across the screen, he can only do those punches if he's like facing you like horizontally. And so like if he wallops you with that, it's gonna take it down like a 30 your health, which I don't really like getting low health in this game. Like I don't like coming close to death, so I try to just sit back and use the fire, but it's probably quite a bit slower than mashing his face off with melee. It's a really nice controller. Okay, gotcha. You know, X2 is one of the games that when I first, like, before I got into speedrunning, so like, the first game I ever really thought about running, I wasn't sure about, so I bought an adapter. And my old university roommate had a Super Nintendo, so I just grabbed his controller and gave it a whirl, and I like was able to use the adapter and connect it to my PC. And I did a bunch of practice with stuff on emulator, but I never actually learned to run. And that's when I kind of learned that. I'll go for this jump. Nice. That's when I kind of learned that if I'm going to speedrun a game, it's going to be non-competitive. It's just going to be on my own time, what I want to do with it. And also, it's going to be a game that I really love. Like, I can't really... It's hard for me to speedrun a game that I just, like, don't totally have my heart into. Because it's just not interesting at that point. Get bored. Yeah, what's up, Kawhi? Yeah, Community Pom. This is my third attempt. I've been trying to stream a bit. I think I streamed the last 3 days in a row. So I've been trying to, like, get back into it because I took, like, a 2-month, like... Hiatus is a weird word, but... I guess that would be the word. Yeah, last night I did a run and I was a little intoxicated and the results were terrible. I died way more than I'm used to. I think I died twice. Please make that jump, thank you. And when you die in this game, thankfully it's not like the end of the world. You respawn at like the entrance of the dungeon and you just have to like re-navigate the dungeon and retry the boss again. But anytime you do that, you're looking at a major time loss, a couple minutes usually. Okay, so we rescued that monkey thing's child. I'm guessing it's its child. I don't actually know the story of this game, unfortunately. So he's happy, he's finally reunited. This is the guy that we just fought. He's gonna open up this access for us, where we can fight the real bosses. The first time I fought here, casually, because I had a guide up for when like I really didn't know where to go or what to do, but I wasn't trying to like cheese the run out, so I spent like almost like 30 minutes in this fight, and then I died, and I was like, why did this take so long? It took me forever to figure out that you can't actually use your spells on them. And when I was first trying to get into this game, I was like very afraid of like taking damage unnecessarily. Still am. And okay, this is horrific. But yeah, so I decided I would. God, I'm rambling. Use spells only for this fight, but it's melee only. So I was like sitting back and shooting fire. Okay, I'm taking a ridiculous amount of damage that I didn't plan for. Alright, I'm just gonna take this fight super slow. So the charge attack, like this dash attack right there, like that, it does way more damage than like a normal hit. But it leaves you like, you basically like charge through her body, which has a hitbox. So I'm just gonna kind of creep up behind her and smack her, which I believe will be less damage. But if the boss works in cycles, which I think it does, then it shouldn't be a problem. Play it safe. We'll see though. Yeah, so I just don't want to waste any healing. The healing in this route is pretty tight. So anytime I have to heal where I don't normally heal, it's like a little sketch. I think she has one more hit in her. Could be two. Oh. Please. Okay. Yeah, so I didn't want to waste a heal because as soon as that fight's over, you get refreshed. And I was like, did not want to waste anything there. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that playing it safe there makes that fight go slower. Like doing the dash attacks is probably optimal for damage. Because that dungeon was a little bit cleaner than my PB's dungeon, so I think the time loss is coming from the boss battle. Okay. And it's a shame at any percent we don't spend more time in the game, like in the... There's a ton of this game that you just never get to see. Like, there's all kinds of cities. Like, we just passed up this, like, mining, like, dwarf town. That's too bad. There's, like, mini-games and stuff. And we just skip all of it. Come home, talk to Gramps, and then we're gonna head out to this field. Anytime you're in the overworld map and not in like a major like location, you can warp it back to your farm. It's kind of nice. And we're moving on. This guy really wants blue paint, so in the beginning of the very first like dungeon, the mushroom dungeon, there's a chest that has blue paint in it. So by giving that to him, we can advance the game. And here's kind of the only, I think the only section really where you can take your hand off the controller, I think. So these guys have a little speech, and then you come up and there's a couple of dudes playing some music. And we've got to listen to the show. right here. Pretty comfy. It'd be nice if they actually put some unique music in for this. Dude's like jamming on his guitar, the other one's like chilling on his, what I suspect is a harmonica. Alright, this is the dungeon that actually died to this boss last night, but I blame the alcohol. Alright, so I believe the prince is missing, so they're having a bit of an investigation. And this part took me a while because the story triggers were kind of obscure, mostly because I can't read Japanese. Did that work? Yes. I think there's normally a sound effect that plays, but my headphones just might be on a little too tight. Okay, I heard that one. Okay, so now that we've done all the talking we need to with the NPCs, this guard should be moving, just like that. Alright, and now we're moving into the next dungeon. The water dungeon, the basement of the castle. This guy's gonna hit me, isn't he? Classic. I get some fire ready because there's some enemies that are the bane of my existence because they can poison you, and poison in this game is IMO, worse than traditional RPG poison. So if you're poisoned in this game, you can't heal yourself. It doesn't do damage over time, you just like literally cannot heal. Which is actually a huge pain, especially in a game like this where some moves feel like unblockable. Wait, here we go, I know where we're going. Just gets dangerous, just gets totally dicey. I think this is the enemy that poisoned me last time, just from afar. So I'm trying to be really careful here, because I don't want my Pom to sustain too much damage while he's fighting these guys, so I can't actually damage them at all. So if my Pom gets injured and like knocked out, its health bar is in the bottom of the screen there. Then I have to like leave the dungeon and go like restore its health like completely. Which happened to me casually. It took me a long time to figure out how do you actually restore it, like revive your Pom, because it's just a ghost. Yeah, it feels a bit intense. It's not a lot of downtime, and it's pretty fast-paced, but it's also kind of why I like it. And because it's cute. It's really colorful. And yeah, it's been one of the harder games I've ever had to learn, just like purely because I'm really bad at memorizing like just dungeon layouts and junk. Especially when it's like 2D sprites that just get reused throughout the dungeon, like there's like the same statue everywhere, there's like, you know, they just reuse the art assets to like, you know, keep things simple. It was a pretty common thing to do back then, so it's not like I don't look down on the game for that concept, but it is, like, it makes it hard to memorize things when your visual cues all blend together. But okay, here's this boss pain. She can poison you with pretty much all of her attacks, but in the top left corner, like here, one of her attacks just straight up won't hit me. So I'm hoping to get that attack out of her the most. It's this one here, so it'll come up, but it won't ever actually hit me. She has another one where she blows smoke rings. And that attack is a lot harder to avoid, and it poisons you if you get hit by it. But if all goes well, you should dodge it like that. And once the battle is over, we'll get refreshed, so we'll get our health back. And we'll get healed from the poison. There we go. So Ursula is dead, and she had the prince captive. And that annoying poison is no longer on the table. Okay, looks like we saved a bit of time. Which is nice. Do a quick menu and grab that teleporter spell. But we can't actually use it until we're all the way out of the city, so in order to teleport back to the farm, which is where we need to go, we can't be in any like of these main locations. So once we're back in the main overworld, then we're free reign to teleport back. And we've got to go talk to Gramps again. We're kind of reporting in with our findings. Once again, I don't really understand the plot, so take my words with a grain of salt. Don't eat the salt though, just sprinkle it in your hand. Okay. Teleport again. Gramps is just my bard. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. It's fine. Yes, yes. So yeah, this kid, this like skull that you're seeing on his like staff there, I believe it fell from the sky, and I think that kid is the one that finds it. And I think he was like kind of bullied, and so with the skull he kind of finds this like immense like dark power. I think he's up to no good with it. That's my very raw, basic understanding through the imagery of the game. There's just not a whole lot of resources online to like actually know. Like I would have to probably go through and translate this. It's in the goals to learn some Japanese, but life goals. But I have not really kicked that off yet because I am really lazy. And learning a language is hard, man. Oh, Macaw? Yeah, I watched a bit of Macaw. He speaks fluent Japanese. Oh shit. That's epic. Yeah, same. When I'm on my, like, there's a lot of cool apps, and there's like YouTube junk. But okay. Get off me, bad boys. Okay, I don't do that room, I go up left. Once again, I skip that bottom left room. I think I go in this one. Yes. Z Translate, huh? I liked Google Translate, but sometimes it was a bit all over the place. Like the app that I had on my phone. But it was totally all over the place. Like, it would give me different results for the same image. Which, it's hard to just look at an image and... Okay. Wait. Oh, you know what? I need to go in that first room on the right. It's really silly that I come up here, because I have to go down anyways. But, I guess I'll grab this feeling. But yeah, it doesn't make too much sense to go up there first. What are you doing over here? What the hell? I think we go straight across. Yes. There's a button we have to step on. This was the hardest dungeon for me to learn. It's because it's a bit all over the place. It was definitely the hardest for me, probably casually. I was thinking the final dungeon would be harder, but it ends up just being a bit of a boss rush. And the layout of the dungeon is not totally confusing. Oh my god, what is happening in the chat? Taco Bell. I don't know about Taco Bell, but I could definitely go for some tacos. Food and warehouse terms. Yo, Kawaii, did you end up finishing that Shadowrun game? I don't think we teleport back here. Pretty sure we stay in the dungeon. Pretty sure. Nope, wrong way. Okay, okay. Good catch, Gumby. I used to do this in my practice. I would go the wrong way right there, every time. We'll be going there soon. But not yet. Is it this room? No. Shit. Okay. Not that door, but this one. Look for a better translator. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Thankfully, it was good enough to help me route Brave Story with Minnie, but yeah, it wasn't great. Like, it would cover the basics. Like, I could tell if an item was increasing damage or not. The problem with Brave Story was that when you increased your damage, there's no stats. So like there's no stats like visible to the player. It's like you couldn't see like for example, I'm playing Tales of Rebirth, and when you're, is this right? Is this right? No, shit. Am I doing this wrong? Yes. Hold on. Oh, my brain. Let me think. I'm not supposed to be up here, am I? Am I really scuffing this that bad? This is totally wrong, isn't it? Is this wrong? Yep. Shit. Oh, Gumby. I didn't make these mistakes in my PB. It's just like slips in memory because I just suck at memorizing this junk. Okay, well that was a total 45-second blunder. I think it's this room. No. It's not that, is it? It's not this. It's not. Okay, I'm an idiot. It's this room right here. It's these like spike walls that close in on you. Yep. Okay. Lovely. Excellent. Excellent gameplay. Alright, so here we come to the first boss of this dungeon. This boss has way more health in the second time you verse him. But here he's not too bad. I'm try to get some good hits on him. Oops. I'm gonna regret that damage. Pretty good fight then. Okay, so come on here. I'm actually not sure if it's faster to warp out after that fight. I don't think it is. I don't even think Vin does it in his run. But you gotta trigger this cutscene here. And now we're going down to this bottom left ring. Yeah, I totally understand Kawaii. The problem with that, or the like saving grace, I guess, that I had experience with that, like in Brave Story, you can't see the stats increasing. You just make your best guess. And one thing that's nice is, like, it showed, like, they just showed numbers for stats increasing. You just don't really know which ones are increasing. But the terms that it would give me for attack would literally be like, it would say attack, strength, and like power, and it would just rotate on them, like, it would pick one of those. So he summons these little like splotches, and oh god. And if you kill them with your melee attack, they like shoot this energy at you, which totally sucks. And it's hard to avoid. It does a decent amount of damage. So, but if you shoot them with your magic, like this, there's no repercussions for that. And thankfully they don't poison you. They look like an enemy that would poison you upon contact, but they just don't. Oh, bad. That's some bad fire. Okay. Yeah, so we're losing a bunch of time from that blunder, which I totally saw coming. And we're gonna recruit our second Pom. And instead of teleporting back, it's actually faster to run straight to the next dungeon because we don't actually have to go back and talk to Gramps. I don't think anymore for the rest of the run, actually. Maybe. Maybe. I'll know more in the moment. But yeah, so we come to this map, and since we're leaving that dungeon, we're already on the bottom side of this map, and this is how you get to the next area. So it's a lot less movement than warping back and running back down here. I think I'm going the right way. Yeah. Now that the haunted house is cleared, he'll get out of your way. Alright, next dungeon. This one's a bit of a doozy, especially because there's so many enemies that can poison you. So I'm always just like super anxious and worried about getting poisoned. Because at this point I don't have anything like just chilling in my inventory that can remove the poison. There's like, I think a drop or two that you can get early on that I don't think I remember like where they are or anything. But there's a couple of, there's like an antidote, and there's also this like flower item. So there's like summons in this game, which we'll see one later. It's specifically routed in to advance the game. But there's summons in this game, and one of the summons heals your statuses. And I actually do get one of them later. I specifically pick one up because, like, if I do get poisoned, there's not a lot of good workarounds for it. And again, being poisoned is really dangerous. So I'm just gonna do everything I can to not get poisoned. Wow, that was ugly. But thankfully he dropped a heart for me. I think I go down here. Yes. So this is an awesome spell because it lets me steal health from my palms and heal myself with it. It's like a little potion spell. So normally you can name these guys when you get them, but anytime you go to name them, like the menu pops up to name them, like there's a ton of lag on the screen and it like freezes the game pretty much for like 10-15 seconds. It's really awful. So the reason I kill them, even though it's not required, like that's not a kill-all room, is because they actually have such a wide range on their attacks that I don't even want to get hit by it. So if they're kind of in the way, then I'll kill them and maybe get some sort of money or health drop anyways. So far this has been a pretty clean, like, kind of first third of the dungeon. But we're not out of the woods. Or the quarry, I guess. The mine. The ruins. Oh shit. Please. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna reset the room, because that is way faster than waiting for that ride to come over. Cool. Okay. That's not too complicated. I should not have messed that up. Okay. And now we've got this key. I guess it's a potion. Oh no, that's what we use to trigger the giant pillar dungeon to spawn. That's one of those summons I was talking about. Alright. So we have the key to the mini-boss door. And this mini-boss is pretty chill. It's just a cycle-based thing that is, takes quite a few minutes actually. But there's nothing I have found, and that I've seen Vin do, that can really speed it up. So we're just kind of in it for the long haul. But you'll see what I mean when we get there. You can go pretty fast through this platforming, but I always end up taking it a bit slower, just to be safe. Alright. So here's that boss I was talking about. It's gonna go through... The only way to damage this thing is, you know, that classic, like, tennis style where they shoot a projectile and you shoot them, and you, like, hit it back at them. And the only time you can do that is after a wave of attacks, so... Here, we're just gonna play a little bit of... What was I calling it last night? Jump rope? Just jump over the electric ties as they come by. And then it opens up, shoots some junk at us. And we'll do that, I think it's 5 times. And this pattern doesn't change, so it's always going to come from the left. Then it'll come up and down. And then from the left again. And now it'll connect and start spinning. But later on, so like I mentioned earlier, in the final dungeon there's a small bit of like a boss rush. And this is one of the bosses that you revisit. Not every boss makes an appearance, but this one makes another appearance, and it has a second attack pattern, and it's pretty much the same thing, not like entirely, but the pattern's like slightly different. And so you just have to react to seeing the first wave come out, and you'll know every time which pattern you're dealing with. It's pretty straightforward. Just some basic jump rope. It'd be really nice if we could find a way to like get 2 damage cycles in or something. 2 damage hits off, I guess. I don't even know. I just don't think it's possible. I tested it a little bit. Also, casually, this fight was way harder. Like, I just would stand in place and jump a lot of the time, but that doesn't really always work for some of it. Like right here, you want to stand in place, like this is totally fine. But because there's normally 2 waves of electricity coming at you, like from each direction, you kind of want to make sure you're jumping over them, not just like jumping above them. Otherwise, you might fall and land on them, which is what I was doing casually, and this probably took me like 2 or 3 tries casually. But like as you can see, now that I kind of have the concept solved, I never really get hit. It's not really crazy. Nothing too too bad to worry about. Ooh. Cool. Alright, we're gonna get out of here. And let me think. Any more teleporting out? I don't think so. I'm gonna get this fire ready. So now that we're ready for that, we can go blitz the boss. Which, another pretty straightforward fight. It can get a little dangerous, but that's what the healing's for. Pretty much we'll always use at least one potion in this fight. It'd be nice if we could grab some healing drops. But we do have that spell, so if push comes to shove, I'll just steal health from my Pom. Which I should probably do right now. Damn, we're kind of low health. I'll try not to worry too much about it. And just heal when I have to. Okay, so there's that flower, which is a summoning item. That summons, like, this plant woman, and she cures you of your statuses. So that's for poison in the next dungeon in case things go wrong. The first phase of this fight's pretty straightforward, so he's gonna throw bombs at us, and we're gonna ignite the bombs with our fire. And when we do that, they explode, and they cause, like, the ceiling to drop some, like, ceiling tile rock type things on him. And then after, I think it's like 5 phases of this, he'll get off the platform and we'll just start smacking his face up. So yeah, this dungeon would be a lot quicker if these bosses didn't have these kind of slowed down phases where you can't really, like, mash on them. Okay, and that should be the last wave of damage here. He should step off now. Come on, line. Might have to use 2 potions, which would be very unfortunate. I know of an extra dungeon, or an extra potion that we can grab in this dungeon, but I don't want to stick around, I want to go. Please die. Let me think. Because I used 1 extra potion that I'm normally used to using there. Maybe I could go up to the desert town and buy one really fast. Okay. Let me think. Okay, so we just got 2 more Pom, and we need all 3 of them. Well, we need at least the sword guy. So we're going to equip both of them. It also helps with healing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, what? Thank you. I don't know why the cursor was like... There we go, okay. Okay, we go right. Alright, so I'm gonna make a detour here as I don't normally do, because I just want to be super safe. And this isn't too out of the way, as long as I can remember where the potion shop is. I think it's to the right. That ain't it, lad. Is it here? Nope. Shit. Shit. Potions, where are you? This can't be it. Is it? It's not it. Oh, fuck. I'm wasting so much time. We don't ever even normally come up here to this town. What the hell? Is that it? No. I'm shocked. I'm so confused. Where is... This ain't it. Is it? Why? I could have swore there was a potion shop here. Okay, I am slightly annoyed with this waste of time. Normally there's like a little wing logo where the shop is. That was a huge fucking waste of time. Shit. I used an extra potion, and I know that that's gonna haunt me later. And my brain is racking itself trying to figure out where another potion drop is. But I don't think there's really one on the way. So here's that summon. Let me look in my notes. Yeah, I don't know. Damn. That was really foolish of me, because I thought that it would be really obvious where the potion shop was in there, but I could have swore I bought potions in that town before, but I just couldn't find it. Let me think. I know where like a green potion is, but that doesn't really heal you much. That's more for clearing the poison status. Yeah, the way the R and the M has their curls like on top. Almost makes it look like you're saying a bad word. Okay, and I'm deadly afraid of getting poisoned here, so... Won't be as hasty as I was when I first entered the room. Oh, he didn't even die. Don't know if I need any more fire, but I'm gonna charge it just in case. Oh shit. Yeah, so you can actually charge through these enemies, get some good melee damage off, which is a lot quicker than this. But they have a really good chance of poisoning you, so I don't even fuck with that. And this is a lot slower, but at least we didn't get poisoned, I guess. Let me think. I don't think there's a... I don't know why I went that way. Please just stop. I might kill myself here. That might be the play. So normally I would warp out of here, but if I do that, I'm gonna warp out with no health, and I have to like go through a bunch of junk. So by killing myself, I'll keep the key that I died with, or that I just got, but it'll spawn me at the entrance to the dungeon, and I was already planning on warping to the entrance anyways, so it'll save me like, I don't know, I'll be able to come in here with some actual health, versus coming in with no health. But it's definitely a time waste, because normally we just warp out. What? I'm talking too much. But yeah. No. Okay. I try to get in a good spot here so I don't have to move too much. This should be okay. I had a ton of trouble with this fight yesterday. Because right here, we're gonna need to break away from him and hit the ground and drop something on his head, like that. Wow, okay, nice, first drop. But that took me like 10 tries yesterday. He was just chasing me around the room, and I was trying to hit him in the head. There we go. Okay, up here, Holy Guac. Holy Guac is right. And we're gonna leave again. Alright, I'm gonna hold off on healing. I would really like it if some enemies gave me some healing drops. Now we're finally gonna go in this door. Get ice ready, because we're gonna have to freeze this. I think it's the last time we used ice here. There might be a potion in that room there, but I think I would have remembered that. And my gut's telling me no. Alright, this room is a little dangerous, so I'm gonna take it super slow. Dude, classic Gumby. Gumby is like, let's play it safe. And then goes for one attack and gets the poison. Oh well. It's fucking classic. I'm trying to think, is this even... Shit. My brain is racking itself right now trying to think of a way out of this junky mess that I put myself in with my stupidity. You know what? Whatever. Just take a sip of water and chill out. So this is what I use to heal my status. Okay. Now we're healed, and we're not poisoned anymore. Oh my god, I forgot there was more poison enemies in the dungeon. Yeah, so these enemies right here, they drop these little clouds. And if you step on them, you get poisoned, so... They're a huge pain. Probably should have waited to use the only item I have to heal my poison for when I need it. But fuck it. Bullet. Thank you. Okay, this isn't really a potion that will super come in handy. I mean, it will if I get poisoned again, but... it doesn't really heal much health. Ah, shit. Yeah, so these little dust clouds that you're seeing, they can poison me. I want that heart. Thank you. Alright, we're pretty much getting out of here. Through all the turmoil. Alright, so we really can't afford to be using any potions here. Because I think we only have 2. I'll just take the time to check. Yeah. And I need 1, maybe 2 for the whale boss. There's another boss that comes directly after this fight. So I'm gonna have to play this just super safe and super smart, and we'll be okay. Oh shit. Yeah, so we're finally starting fighting the Dark Wizard, who was kind of like a pain in our ass this whole game so far. Summoning evil creatures to fuck us up. Okay, that is the second time I've messed that up. So yeah, trying to get my sweet revenge on this asshole. Shit. Trying to get through every one of these phases without getting hit by his spells, because that'll save me a bunch of health. Like, if I don't have to use a potion for this fight, that would be so awesome, because that would wipe away my fear. And that would mean, like, next run going in, I could use an extra potion, like, and not have to freak out and waste time going to, like, some desert city that I don't know enough about. The thing is, I've been there. I'm pretty sure you can buy potions there. I went there casually. Okay. Evil clouds. Okay. Not terrible. You can tell we're gonna be losing time on the split purely because of that stupid town idea. Should have never went there. But yeah, this next area is super cool. We're gonna go on a rainbow bridge, and it's really awesome. We're headed up to the moon. I believe the Poms, which are the creatures that we've been finding along the way, I believe they live up here. They have like a little colony up on the moon. I'm pretty sure that's the plot. But, you know, music's great. We're enjoying the travel on this lovely, colorful rainbow, but then we're gonna get attacked by this stupid whale. This whale gave me a lot of trouble, casually. I didn't actually know you could block this right here. This attack wave he does. And you can't actually, I don't think you can actually hurt him while he's doing this. But every time you fail this boss battle, you have to reclimb the desert tower, which is a fucking huge amount of time. Okay, I'm not gonna risk it. But yeah, so if you die here, you spawn at the bottom of that desert tower and you've got to work your way all the way back up. And a lot of those puzzles kind of get reset. And it ends up taking way too long. There we go. Yeah, and I don't end the split until we get off this rainbow ride. So we're gonna be quite a bit behind. Should have time to make up in the final dungeon, but still. Alright, so we actually don't get healed when we finish that fight, so it's really important that we come up here. Talk to the doctor. He's gonna get me back all patched up. And there's quite a few enemies that we're going to be doing, like a lot of kill-all rooms, and there's a little bit of a boss rush. So I'm going to buy some potions. Okay, I don't have enough money. Now I do. Okay. So we are headed off to the final castle, and it's a bit of a doozy. It's pretty long. Thankfully, it's not too like it's not too tough to get like. I was worried I would get more disoriented in the dungeon when I first learned it, but it was one of the easier dungeons to learn. It's just a big circle kind of. And also, we've avoided so many enemies, pretty much everything, unless it's in a kill-all room that's required to advance the dungeons. We've avoided like every enemy pretty much. So we're a lot underleveled compared to where I normally am in like a casual playthrough. But because a lot of these enemies in the final dungeon are pretty strong, we'll actually level up pretty quick. Just from fighting them, which should make things a bit easier. Wow, we took so much damage in this stupid room. And we'll probably have to use a healing potion here. Because there's not a lot of time that you get to spend not fighting here. There we go, nice. So we won't need a heal, but hopefully one of the enemies in the next room will drop. Actually, we can use our palms to heal. which will be great. Okay. Wow, these wizards are total garbage. They can move around on you, so it's nice to get them kind of grouped up and keep them, like, beat down with your staff. Alright, next boss. So, it wasn't that long ago that we fought this thing. This time it has 2 attack patterns, so I'm just gonna have to watch it and react. This is the second one that you'd never see him do this in the first fight back in the 2 dungeons ago. But here, just a couple extra jumps. I stay in the top left corner here because it's easy to like see the wave of electricity coming in and just kind of react. Just play a reactionary game. And which attack pattern he gives you is totally random. I've seen him go like do none of his new attack pattern, and then I've seen him do it like this. He's done it twice in a row. But it doesn't make too much of a difference. I don't think either of them are particularly faster than the other. Wow, I can really feel the burn in my tendonitis. But this being a D-pad only game, it doesn't really hurt my thumb too much. It's just when I play like an excessive amount. Like when I played this casually, I think I beat it in just like 2 days, and I probably put like 20 hours in across those days. That caused my thumb to hurt, but when I was learning this game, it was just like turn it on, do like a dungeon, and just practice it for like an hour or 2. So that doesn't really end up causing me much pain. I think he's got one more phase of damage. It'd be so cool if we could even just skip one of these phases, because as you're seeing, it takes so long. But it's great that we haven't gotten hit yet, because there's still a lot of dungeon left. That should be it, yes. I always forget to do this, so I'm gonna make sure I do it. It'd be great if we could get a health drop there, but that is a-okay. Alright, going back into the totem pole boss fight. don't trust myself, so I'm going to use these potions. He was only a couple hits away. Should have just went for it. Okay. This room is super dangerous because these guys do a ton of damage. But it looks like we're getting a clean room here. One more somewhere? Yes. Dude was just lurking. Okay. Pretty decent. That was the last boss, like, in the boss rush before we go into, like, a couple more main story bosses. But as far as, like, clearing out bosses to advance the dungeon, there's only one more major one. Alright. And we got plenty of healing for this next boss, which is... reminds me of like the dragon from Neverending Story. And we shouldn't get hit along the way, so we should have full health. And hopefully he gives us some good patterns. He can do like a beam attack, which is what I want him to do. Then he's got a bunch of spells that he can cast as well. And he just seems to pick one at random when he's ready to attack me. This is what I want him to do. So we can use the ice to invulnerability, to invuln, to clear our hurt box while that's going down. Oh, here's the worst one. Just getting a good rhythm here. Please no more ice, really? I don't even have a choice. So yeah, this is the worst one. This is the worst RNG, I guess you would call it. Because you can't really be in his face. Come on, give me a good spell. No more ice, please. What the fuck? He has 3 spells he can choose from. He can pick ice every time. That's something else, guys. Slow movement getting there. Okay. Another spell, no more ice, dude. just hope I have enough money to get the potions at the end. Okay. That was the worst I've seen him be, ever. I've never had a fight go like that. Ricardo meme. Wait, what's that? I think I missed it too. Okay. So now we have this like bottle, and part of advancing the dungeon is we need to fill up some blue water and some green water. Or some blue water and some yellow water, and that makes green water. Yeah, go for it. I won't be able to check for a little bit, but feel free. Hopefully you don't get like mod or auto modded. I don't think you'll get anything bad. Alright, I'm gonna grab some potions because I used a ton. Hopefully we have the money for it. Cool, cool. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get back in. Okay. Just a bit more of this dungeon, and then we'll be at the final bosses. Oh wait, we need to go up here. So, just in case I mess up and I need a potion, there's a potion in a chest right there. Yeah, thanks, Gwen. It'd be cool to PB, but some things are not going well. And I totally mucked up by looking for a potion in that town and not getting one. And I didn't even need it. Like, if I'm good at the fight, I shouldn't need it. The fights in the giant pillar split. I shouldn't even need it if I'm just a better player. But I guess that's what these kind of no reset runs are for anyways. Getting better. I think that was the last one? Yes. Okay, good health drops. Alright, cool. I will check that out right after the stream. Good health drops. One more little ninja boy. Please? Thank you. I'm trying to like dash. Is there another wizard? Yes. Wizard, what a great enemy. Okay. There's nothing in that chest that's important, so we're just gonna skip it. Learning too much through meme history. Alright, sounds good. I'll check it out. Wait, I might know. Is it like a dude, he's got like a head, or like a handkerchief around his head? He's like ripped. Am I thinking of this wrong? Wait, what? Stupid wizard. I keep missing just one wizard. There we go. Okay, just a couple more kill all rooms, and we'll be through. Oh, these rooms are garbage. Good health drops though, I'm happy about that. I think that was the last kill all room. Actually there's this one. This one is totally messy. Missed my double tap. Whew. Okay. Male stripper wearing a red bandana. I'm on the money? Okay. He's got a gray body. Oh boy. Wait, there's probably a faster way to do this, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay. We're pretty much done killing things, which is great. So, it's kind of just smooth schmoovin'. There's gotta be a faster way to do this part that I'm doing right now. I just haven't, maybe I need to study Vin's run more. But yeah, so the other side of where the dragon is this other liquid that we need. And we're gonna blend the liquids together. Alright. And we should have cleared this room. We should be good to go back. We can go down. Alright, let's go. Let's finish the game, guys. I don't know if this will PB, but I'm gonna put my whole heart into it and see if we can't make it happen. Alright, let's do it. We're totally stocked out on potions. Just gotta play well. And remember to sustain damage when I know that it's optimal. Try not to be too liberal with my healing, but try not to let it get so close that I die. There we go. Doesn't make sense to not heal. Don't take that damage. Okay. Try not to get hit here. We should have this battle under wraps. Cool. One more fight, and then we'll be out of here. Okay, and I have a potion for it, so I can't see it going wrong in any capacity. Just keep my mash up. Be good. Alright. Man, my hand hurts. That's a lot of mashing. Okay. Man, this could have been a 135. I mean, I messed a ton of things up. But the most embarrassing thing was messing up that desert town visit. Especially because I didn't even find the potion shop I was looking for. Yeah, thanks Glenn, thanks Sammy. Yeah, that's GG. There's a little bit of text, so... But the game is considered beat once you finish the boss. Yeah, definitely, and regardless, I'm always happy to have a new PB. 136.09. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. I tried to split, like... The split is as soon as it dies, so I tried to get that right. But yeah, so there's just a little bit of dialogue here that you mash through, and then you get to the final credits. But there's no more gameplay. Yeah, that was Community Pom Any %. Yo, thanks for the GG, Sleepy. Hope you're doing well. Hope work is going well. Man, my hands are totally dead. It's a good workout. I'm actually sweating as well. It's crazy that I had that much time to save in the final dungeon. I don't even remember what I did super wrong, but I did something wrong. But yeah, I was 46 seconds behind, and then brought it back, and then I was 49 seconds again. So if that just didn't happen, that would have been like a minute 40 ahead plus this. That would have been almost like a 4-minute PB, which would have been epic. I don't really have a goal time for this category. Like, I'm just kind of playing it because I've been having a lot of fun with it. But if I had to say a goal time, it would be like sub 130. Would be really cool. The world record is 127.55. But I don't know if I'll ever go for that. The strats that are the most optimal are also the most dangerous. Like, there's spells that you can do that only come out when you're like at critical health. So like, you're really close to death, and you get this like spell that's like way stronger than your normal version of it, like a critical health spell. I don't even know what I'm saying, but yeah, I don't really like playing risky like that. But okay, it's good to know that I can go into the desert dungeon with, what did I go in there with, 3 potions, I think. So it's good to know that I can go in there with the 3 potions and still make it out okay. But yeah, that was a really silly error. That cost me like a bunch of time. It cost me like 50 seconds basically, or like 40, but still. Yo, thanks CJ. Drive safe, man. Yo, thanks Dat. I hope you're having a good Sunday. That was really fun. I was pretty intoxicated last night when I did this run, so I didn't expect it to PB, and it didn't. So when I woke up today, I was like, I'm gonna get my vengeance. But no, even if this didn't PB, I was still here to get through the game, get some good practice in, all that junk. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And this game is awesome. It's so colorful and cute, and I love the mechanics. They're really fun. And now that I've got the boss fights like pretty figured out, pretty much on lock, then I don't really get worried about them. And it's just a good feeling all around. So that makes me happy. But yeah, I'm not gonna stick around too much. Once the credits roll, I'm gonna get out of here. Got some junk to do. Have a homie coming over, which will be really fun. Gonna hang out with friends. Get some gaming in with him. We'll probably play a little Guitar Hero. That sounds really fun. But yeah. So this is Community Pom. Any percent. Community Pom is a Japanese PlayStation 1 exclusive. So this never came actually over to America or Europe or anywhere like that. Just in Japan. And it's a really awesome game. Like, I know it's tough to be able to play this on native hardware, but if anyone is interested, you can obviously emulate it with a lot less hassle. Ever since I got the JP PS2, I've just been in the mood to, yeah, get into more Japanese games. So, shoutouts to Clostor for showing me this game, and he's the world record holder, so he developed this route that I did and everything. But yeah, once again, this is Community Pom Any percent. I said that like 3 times. And thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the run and the game, and I hope I can show it off more in the future. So yeah, Finn, and have a good rest of your Sunday. Take care.